Welcome back, and in today's video, I'll be showcasing Pet Simulator's X Winter Update. In this video, we're going to go over all the new content, basically the Winter Wonderland's world, as you can see, and sadly, we're not going over the eggs or, breaking any really of the chests or the areas. But if you want to see videos like that, like egg montages, or, just a grinding video, no voice, just music, just to throw on in the back when you do homework, make sure to comment down below. And so now, without further ado, let's hop directly into this video. So the first thing we're going to quickly show is the new winter biome. As you can see, there is a lot of just redecorated places. Of course, you have the snow on the floor, snow falling, and snow on the trees, along with cute little decorations in the trading plaza. And that's it for the snow biome. I wish it was everywhere, but I could also see why that would kind of break the game a little bit, seeing as they specifically made new environments for each and every biome or location. So it is just fine with me. So now let's move on to the next thing in the trading plaza. Next is the snowball launcher, which you have to come over to a snow pile, press E, and it gives you a snowball launcher. Looks pretty cool, but other than that, has no actual usage. It's a cool little thing, but can get pretty boring. So now, let's move on to the next thing in the trading plaza. Okay, so they added a whole new trading system shop. Or, to better say, a stand shop. So behind me, you can see there are 3 Robux won, 400 for both a watermelon booth and a pixel glitch booth, 200 for an axolotl. There is a 2.5 billion diamond monkey booth. One is a advent calendar reward, and one is for all the merch owners out there who has bought a pet from Big Games in their whole lifetime, I'm pretty sure. So now, without further ado, let's move on from the trading plaza into the Wonderland world. Before we go to the Winter Wonderland, I want to quickly show the new mailbox system, which allows you to send pets, gems, write a message, all to a Roblox user of your picking. They can be offline, online, play the game, not play the game. Depends what you want. You can send anything through this. It's just a cool little gift delivery system, and I think this will stay after Christmas, thus being like a special little mention. So now, let's get to the Winter Wonderland by going through that cannon. Okay, so we are in the Winter Wonderland, and to start off, we're going to the Advent Rewards. So as you can see, every day gives you a new reward, getting better as you go on. The first day was a Jolly Penguin for 735 billion damage, which is Rainbow. Fun fact, if you go to the Dot Tech place in, I think it was the Pixel World, you can make it a Dark Matter Penguin, probably getting to above 1 trillion damage. Or, you can choose to come in for 3 days and get a North Pole Wolf for 13.5 trillion damage. And this is only at the gold stage. And so, all you have to do is, we'll get into it in a bit, the eggs, hatch a few more, get a rainbow, then a dark matter, easily surpassing the Jolly Penguin by hundreds of times of damage. You also get gingerbread cookies, which I just claimed, 100 ultra lucky potions, the Christmas booth that I shown you earlier, 300 million gems, which right now could buy a decent 2 pets minimum in the trading plaza if you can get the right deal, a silver stack for a whopping 112 trillion damage, and a stocking gift, which as you can actually see is also in the store, and this will be the only time I show it. In the store, you have a chance of 49% of getting a elf, dog, and cat, or a huge elf, dog, and cat. For only 1900 Robux, you get 10 of these stockings. Of course, multipliers do factor, and I'll leave you with that. They also have, as you saw, exclusive anime eggs, but we're here talking about the Advent Rewards. So even if you don't have the chance to get this, 8th day, because, this is on Christmas, and 7 days from then, is somewhere in January. But as long as you log in for hopefully 7 days, you will get a overpowered pet, which will propel you probably up to near the last world, because I was there when my pets were reaching that strength. So, I will quickly suggest you come in at least daily. You can put a timer on your phone for these rewards. And I don't know if this runs in the background or if you have to be on the game, but no matter what, if you can grind just a little bit or leave your computer on, it will greatly reward you in the future. Before we move on, so sadly I can't see Santa Paws, who is the Santa Claus, due to it being a very limited time event every 4 hours, and it's just very unpredictable. Okay, so the next one we're going to look at is Santa Paws, aka Santa Claus of Pet Simulator X. There's another event that's going to be later shown, which can also happen during this time. So here we go. So Santa Paws every 4 hours will go to the Christmas world, and as you can see, give it a second. Santa Paws will slowly begin appearing. Oh, as you can see, directly right there. He drops loot bags, presents, as you see, all these goodies. And has a chance to drop a huge, which can only be given by him. You can see a lot of loot bags. I'm going to try not to talk so much during this segment. I do end up hoping that he does drop the huge pet, which is only obtainable by him. And that'd be a nice little gift. Okay, now he's going to make his way the other way. So I guess he just dropped me an egg, which was my chance of getting the huge. Because what he actually just dropped was a festive egg. Oh, and a reminder, this is not every 4 hours in a server, it's every 4 hours starting from the time they actually added this. Which means, Christmas Eve at 5 p.m. is the current one that's happening right now, the 24th of December, EST. That means the next time is 9 o'clock on the 24th. On Christmas morning, 3 a.m., I think. I'm bad at math. And as you see, he has done a full trip circle, and will now fly away into the North Pole, I assume. As you can just see, this is a heavy amount of gift bags. And after this recording, it's going to take me a while to pick them all back up. So here's one little final run. As you see, he just sped off into the distance, leaving me with all these goodies. So that was Santa Paws. He comes every 4 hours, due to the game time, not the actual time of the server, the lifetime. And so now, let's move on to something that's outside of this area, before we continue with things in Wonderland. Okay, so as you can see by the time capture, there's an Elf on the Shelf special. And as you can see to the left of me is a elf on a sign. Now it's called Elf on the Shelf, but it's actually going to be on any of these signs, so don't worry, it's pretty easy to find. And it moves locations at 12 p.m. EST time every single night. Now this, on the day of filming, is on this sign. It could go to this sign again in a future rotation or never again seen. And as you can see, when claiming it, you get an achievement, and you get a lot of boost and diamonds and gingerbread cookies. And it gave the whole server insane luck. The whole server now has insane luck. And so, I suggest you try to go and find it every day. I'm pretty sure you can claim it. And now let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so the last thing that brings us out of Winter Wonderland are the presents. There are 20 presents located around the map. I will not be doing a guide or location video, mostly due to me being very forgetful, and so here is what you get for opening it. There are 20 presents around the map. You get a lot of boosts, ranging 4 to 7, or 4 to 11, I mean. And you get a lot of gingerbread cookies and diamonds. So now, let's return back to the Winter Wonderland to look at the World's End eggs. Okay, so we're in front of the eggs, and there are 18 new pets from this year, 18 returning from last year. Last year's pets have been buffed significantly to match this year's pets, and there are, as you can see, 6 new eggs. 6 new eggs, matched with a gold variant, and a snowman egg which has a chance of hatching a huge, and has all these legendary pets inside of them. And so that's it for the eggs, pretty much. It was just a quick little, show. As you can see on your screen are the pets. And overall, they just look pretty cool. And if anything like the Thanksgiving, the turkey, which was the best mythic, I think, back then they can easily overpower you to the end game of Pet Sim. So now, let's move on and show you guys the area. Okay, so we're going to start out with the main area, which is called Wonderland. It has the sleigh for part 2, which is actually being recorded and happening in 16 minutes. The Advent Reward Calendar. And other than that, it has the eggs, this amazing candy cane theme, the bank, and the pet decks. Oh, and the mailbox, of course. It's just like the basic start of every world. And so if you just go over a little bit more, here is the Snowy Forest, which to me is just kind of like a placeholder. I really like how it's a simple, clean design. As you can see, the snowy trees on each side, and it's just really a placeholder for the elf village. And this is a really good place. I like this. They took literally consideration into everything, including the back of the homes, and it was a really well done update. As you can see, they even have little flashing lights and snowman. And of course, I forgot to mention this, but the chest color scheme in this one is my favorite, being bright blue. And then this is all working up to the North Pole, Santa's main domain, which is basically filled with the best loot you can get. You have big vaults, little vaults, and chests, both big and small. And then, of course, you have the big gingerbread chest, the boss chest, as if you will, which has a lot of health, but gives you a lot of rewards on top of it. And then in the North Pole is this, which we will get to directly after this. And as you can see, the update for this is actually happening in 15 minutes from the time of this recording. So, with the power of editing, I will see you then. Okay, so before we actually go to the Titanic Cat, a Grinch event just happened, which was basically a rare Santa Paws event, which replaced the Santa Paws. And so, what you do is there are 25 crystallized pets, and you have to break each and every one out, and you get pets and rewards, gingerbread currency, diamonds, and loot bags. So what I did for the actual recording of this was I just took out the audio entirely, and there would just be background music playing behind with double times, like, speed laps. So, I will see you with my Titanic cat vocally, and I hope you enjoy the event. I swear, one last thing before we go to the Titanic cat, because the Titanic cat is going to be the last thing in this video. There's actually a secret house, which is directly behind me, which is Santa Claus's cabin. So all you have to do is come up and press E on it, and you can actually open and unlock it. You press E again, and as you can see, Santa's cottage. Your pets will have to reappear, meaning if you leave this place, you will not have access to breaking this big chest. It makes you really rich, and I think you have to have the North Pole to unlock it. And it's a cool little secret place if you just want to grind secretly. So now, without further ado, let's get to the last thing of the video, which is the Titanic cat. If I can get it in time, that is. Sadly, I was not able to get the titanium huge cat in time for this video to make it out in time. So on your screen right now is the video from the Twitter account of Big Game showing you, well, how you can ride the cat. I'm sorry that I could not get it, but of course it's all about luck with this huge cat. And so on that note, this is the end of the video. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and see you in the next one. Goodbye.